Okay, we check the phone. Shalom, Lord Christ. Shalom, Lord Christ. Okay, we do that. All right, Shalom Israel. This is Israelite School UBK, started in 1 West 125th Street, New York. Commander Junior Hunter, precinct officer of 1,000 Natazab, ISBK Sacramento, holding down the Sabbath service with a precinct officer of 50 Mawakan. If you're not familiar with the Sabbath service, we're gonna go over it right quick. Okay, we can start. Okay, so we can get started. Majum. So.
Layashurala.
All right, we gonna stand and face the east and grab the scrolls, and which is Imadium Wapanya Hakwadam, which is me stand and face the east. We gonna read the Lord's prayer in Hebrew.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
How about Shem Yahushai?
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kasha.
Nathan Lanawa.
Thunna.
Hakat.
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 Larapa'a.
Larpa'a.
Kal Malaka.
Kal Malaka.
Wakalamadawa.
Makalamadawa.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Hatahar.
Hamatazarian.
Matazarian.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Lahakoyam.
Hakayan.
Hamathayim.
Hamatayim.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Alra.
Alra.
Alra Kawath.
Alwa Korah.
Hatama Allah.
Tama Allah.
La Garashan.
Agarashan.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Shem Yahushai.
The Waraman.
The water amen. We just said in Hebrew, we're gonna read it in English. Yahweh in the name of Yahushai. Yeah, right. So Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Slack it. Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the
The
leper.
power to raise the
The
dead.
power to raise the
The
dead.
power against unclean
The
spirits.
power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Bless Israel in Hebrew.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanaw.
Wayasharala.
Ayah Sharala.
Wa'abaya.
Harabayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak Ba'a. Rapa'a.
Barak Rapa'ah.
Magan Hagan.
Magun Hagun.
The Knight family.
The Knight family.
The Williams
The
family.
Williams family.
The Otero
The
family.
Arturo family.
The Murillo
The
family.
Murillo family. The Washington family.
The Washington family. Bahashem Yahushai.
Shem Yahushai.
The Waraman.
The water amen. What we just said in Hebrew, we're gonna read it in English. Lord, in the name of Jesus, it's like Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And
And
Israel.
the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
So be it.
So be it.
Lord's Prayer.
Abanawa.
Abanawa,
Shaba Shemayim.
Shabashamayim,
Kodah.
Kodah,
Haya.
Haya,
Shemka.
Shemka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Malakwaka.
Malakavka,
Taba'a.
Taba'a,
Ratazaka.
Batazar,
Haya.
Haya,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza,
Kawa.
Kawa,
Haya.
Haya,
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim,
Nathan.
Latan,
Lanawa.
Lanaw,
Lakam.
Lakam,
Ka.
Ka,
Yawam.
Yawam,
Wasalak Lanawa.
Watsalak, Lanaw,
Kawab Wasnawa.
Kawawak, Yanaw,
Kayalak Nawa.
Kayalak, now,
Kawab Saki. Kawab Wakinawa.
Kawawak, Yanaw,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Tabaya Anawa.
Tawa, I know,
Banasa Yawan.
Banasaya one,
Abal.
a ball,
Hawashinawa.
Hawashaya now,
Mayan.
Mayan,
Rai.
Ra,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Laka.
Laka,
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa,
Waha Allah.
Waha Allah,
Waha Sapa Arath.
Ra the Paul,
La I will am
I will love you,
Iman.
Amen. In English, our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven.
hallowed be thy name,
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom
thy
come.
will be done in earth
Thy will be done on earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily
and
bread.
forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our
as we
debts
forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not to temptation,
And lead us not into
but
temptation,
deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever. So be it.
forever so be it.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew.
Asha'ah.
Asha'ah,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Ah.
Ah,
Aharian.
Aharian,
Mahayan.
Mahayan,
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah,
Isarian.
Azari,
Isarian.
Azari,
Mayan.
Mayan,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Shemayam.
Shemayam,
Wa'abrataza.
Rataza,
Al-Yathan.
Ayathan,
Amawat.
Amawat,
Ragalka.
Galka,
Al-Yanawam.
Alyanawam,
Shamak-Araka.
Shamaraka,
Hana.
Hana,
La'a.
La'a,
Yanawam.
Yanawam,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yayashan.
Yayashan,
Shawamar.
Shawamar,
Yasharala.
Yashwala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Shamar,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Tazal,
Al-Ya.
Al-Yah,
Yamanyak. Yamyanka.
Yamyanka,
Yawam. Yawamam.
Yawamam,
Hashamash.
Hashemat,
La'a.
La'a,
Yakaka.
Yakaka,
Wa'araka.
Ra'araka,
Wayarak.
Wayarak,
Balayala.
Wayala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka.
Yashamar,
Makaurai.
Kalra,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Athanapashka.
Athanapashka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Taza'afka.
Taza'aka,
Wabala'afka.
Wawa'aka,
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aita,
I walam.
I will love. In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills,
I'll lift up my eyes into the hill.
from whence cometh my help.
For which cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He will
moved.
not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy
The
right
sun
hand.
shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by
nor
day,
the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in.
this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83rd chapter in Hebrew.
Allahai,
Alahai,
Aldam Yaka, Bamlaka,
Aldama Yalaka,
Al Sakaraj,
Al Takarash,
Wa Al Sakaraj,
All Takarash,
Wa Al Tashakwat,
All Tashakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awaya Banat, Slake, Awaya by Ayab Slake, Awa Bayaka,
Awayabayaka,
Yahat Slake, Yahamayawan,
Yahamaywan,
Ra'ash,
Yahash,
Alamaika,
Ayamaika,
Amaka,
Ayamaka,
Uriah Mwa,
Ryan Ra,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Yaitazawa,
Yatazarwa,
Al Tazapawanakaya,
Altazapanu Nayika,
Amarwa,
Amaru,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanak, Wanakakidim,
Wananakidim,
Magawaya,
Mayagaya,
Wala Ayazakar,
Wala Aya Zakar,
Sham Yasharala,
Sham Yashrala,
Iwada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa,
Nawa Itazwa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadawa,
Yakadawa,
Alika,
Auyika,
Bariya,
Ariyat,
Yakarakwa,
Yakaratu,
Ahaya,
Al-Yaha,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashmai,
Wayashma,
Alaya,
Alaya,
Mawa Ahba,
Mawaba,
Wahagari,
Wahagari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wayaimuwan,
Wa'aimuwan,
Wa'amlakwat,
Wa'amalakwat,
Palasha,
Palasha,
Amyashabia,
Amyashabi,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashabor,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Ahmad,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawat,
Zarawat,
Labanyalawat,
Banyalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha Laham,
Aisha Laham,
Kamadayan,
Kamadayam,
Kasta Yasara,
Kasa Yasara,
Kaya Bayan,
Kaya Bayan,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Koyashwan,
Koyashmu,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamawa,
Bayan Dahara,
Bayanda Hahar,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
Laadama,
Ma'adama,
Shayasamwa,
Sayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yabmawa,
Yadmawa,
Ka'ara,
Ka'ara,
Wakazaaba,
Wakazaaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakatazal,
Wakazal,
Mana,
Mana,
Kalnasayak, Kalnasayak, Kamwa,
Kanasayakuna,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya Rasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Nanawa,
Ah, Naawa,
Na'awat,
Alahaya,
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 Shayathamwa,
Shayatabwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Ra'aka,
Panya Ra'aka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabaira Ya'ira,
Taba'iru Ya'iru,
Wakala'aba,
Wakala'aba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Saradapma,
Taradatma,
Bastairaka,
Basaraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wabasakta,
Wabataka,
Sabalam,
Tabalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Palawan,
Palawan,
Wa'aba, Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashah, Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya Baalwa,
Wayaba'al,
Idai,
Adi,
Waya Kaparwa,
Wayakaparo,
Waya Ashadwa,
Ashadwa,
Waya Dawai,
Wayadawa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al Kal Arataza,
Al Kal Ratazat. Good job. Psalms 83rd chapter in the Hebrew. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies
thine enemy
make a tumult
make the tumble.
And they that hate
And
thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
Yeah.
against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off
let us cut them
from
off
being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more
may
remembrance.
be no more
For
remembered.
they have consulted together
For they have consulted
with one
together
consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate
The
against
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Ammon,
Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
and the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them.
Asher is also joined with
They
them.
have hoped the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Do unto them as to the Midianites,
Do unto them as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
the brook of Kissar,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zair.
and like Zael.
Yeah,
Yea,
all their princes like Zabah,
all their princes like Sabbath,
and as Dalmunna,
and as Dalmunna,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to
Let
ourselves
us take for ourselves
the houses of the Slaki. Let us take to ourselves
Let us take for ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the house of God in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the
as the
wind,
fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth
as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them
and
afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy
O
name.
Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yeah,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to
and
shame
perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most
over
high
all the earth.
over all the earth.
All right. So we gonna SAR,
That's it.
SAR, and then we gonna now. All right then. Yeshabium, which means to be seated. Yahweh Shem Ashar Barakatah, all the brothers. Yahweh Shem Ashar, all the sisters. So what you just seen right now, that was the Sabbath service, which is a high holy day. If you don't know, Passover is not just a high holy day. The Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of First Fruits. Those are not just high holy days. The Sabbath service is also a high holy day. We got to come do a Sabbath service, and then the rest of the day belongs to us. Which we gonna ultimately hold camp after this. But we gonna get into it's like it. We're gonna read about how this oppressor is oppressing us, man. We're gonna get it out of the Bible. And we're gonna show you that this book is a living book. You know what I mean? This book is not just a book that was written 2,000-3,000 years ago, and it got a lot of good advice and a lot of understanding and wisdom. This is a living book. Everything that happened back then, you can find it's also happened to the Israelites today. You understand? So with that, we're gonna go to the Hebrew, Genesis 50 and 14 in the Hebrew, and then we're gonna read it in the English. If you're tuning in, ad flow, Shalom of Christ, sis, Yahweh Shema Bashim Yahushai. If you're tuning in, make sure you put your name, city, and state so we can mark you down for attendance. That's very important. You can start whenever you want to.
Norcal, book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 14. Wayashab, Yawasab, Matazar Yama, Haya'a, Wa Akya, Wakal, Ha'alyam, Athwa, Lakwa Bar, Af, Abayawa, Akarya, Kwabarwa, Af, Abayawa, 15. Wayara Awa Akya Yawasa Kaya Math Abayaham Waya Amaria Laya Lawa Yashatamna Wa Yawasap Wahashab Yashayab Lanawa Ath Kab Hara'ai Awa Asherah Gamalnawa Athwa, verse 16. Wayatazawawa Al Yo, what's up? La Amar Abayak Abayaka Tazawa Lapanuya Mawathwa La Amar 17 Ka Tha Amariwa Laya Wasa Ana Wa Na Pashai Akyaka Wakatayatham Kaya Ra'ai Gamalyaka Wa Aitha Shah Na Lapashai Ibadya Alahaya Abayaka Wayabaka Yawasa Badabaram Al-Yam 18 Wayalakwa Gam Akyawa Wayapalwa Lapanya Yawa Waya Amarya Islaki Waya Amarwa Hananwa Laka La Yam 19 Waya Amar Alham Yawasa Al Thayarawa Kaya Hathahak Alahayam Anya 20 Wa Atham Kashabathma Alya Ra'ai Alahayam Khashaba Lataba Lama'ain Aisha Kayawam Hazab Lahakayath Ain Rob 21. So where stop?
Yeah, start at 20. Most High Crisis for tuning in at nights and tuning into our services. So what we doing right now? We just we going over Genesis the 50th chapter, verse 14 to about Exodus the first chapter in the Hebrew. We're gonna go over it in the Hebrew, and then we're gonna read it in the English. Or should we just keep it traditional? Just do it regular.
That's all it's saying. You are probably just to be safe.
Yeah, okay. Reading the Hebrew. Reading the English. So we just read Genesis the 50th chapter in the Hebrew. We're gonna read it in English. Go ahead. Oh, you get the scripture.
Genesis chapter 50, verse 14. And Joseph returned to Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father after he had buried his father.
Right. So this is Joseph and all his brothers, who are the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. As you know, we went into Egypt, because there was a famine in the land. They ended up selling their brother, Joseph. Joseph ended up staying in the land and ended up rising in power and became like the vice president over the land of Egypt. So then when there was a famine in the land, his brothers came to the land and Joseph grew up. He grew up, became a man. Now he's the vice president, and they forgot about him. They forgot because last time they seen him, he was a child. He grew up, but he remembered that these was his brothers. So instead of him, doing something to them or throwing them in prison, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna give y'all food. I'm gonna house y'all. I'm gonna make sure y'all safe." So then that's how we end up getting in the land of Egypt and actually growing and being able to populate and become a strong nation. You know what I mean? But then Joseph's father ended up dying. They went to bury their father, and now they're on their way back to Egypt. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us.
Right. Why do they think Joseph is going to hate them now that their father is dead? Why do they think that he's going to act out his hatred towards them? Because they did something wrong to Joseph. They sold him to some Arabs, and then the Arabs sold him to the Egyptians. You know what I mean? So they thinking, damn, now our father's dead. You know what I mean? Joseph listened to our father, but now that our father's not here, ain't no telling what Joseph might do now. Go ahead.
And will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him.
Right. They said, man, he's going to do the exact same thing when we did to him. He might sell us to somebody else. Go ahead.
16. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, verse 17, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren.
Right. So they said, look, before our dad passed away, he told us to go to you and ask for your forgiveness for what we did to you. And forgive us for our trespass. What you supposed to do if your brother trespass against you? You know what I mean? You're supposed to forgive them. That's what Christ said. Christ said, forgive your brother 70 times 7. That's not an exact number. What he's saying is you're supposed to forgive your brother every time. You understand? Go ahead.
And their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of God,
Mm-hmm.
of the God of thy father.
Right.
And Joseph wept when they spake unto him.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face and said, Behold, we be thy servants.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God?
Right. He said, don't fear. Joseph started crying like, man, look at y'all my brothers. I would never do y'all. Even though y'all did that to me, I would never do that to you. You know what I mean? And that's a incredible lesson to learn, especially for Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians who like to be tit for tat. You do something to me, I'm gonna do it to you. You know what I mean? This is an incredible example to learn on how to deal with each other. You know what I mean? So keep going.
Come. Verse 19. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, verse 20. But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good.
Right. He's like, nigga, y'all did something evil to me. Y'all absolutely did something horrible. But it was all God's will because y'all, even though y'all sold me and I ended up going to being a slave in Egypt, I ended up rising in power and becoming the vice president of Egypt. So now y'all got protection. Now y'all got food. Now y'all able to actually thrive and grow. And you ain't got to worry about starving to death in the land of Canaan. Keep going. Or is that on that?
To bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive.
Right. It was God's will. So it was God's will for me to be in Egypt so that our people can be saved. You know what I mean? To save much of Israel. Go ahead.
Let's start with in Hebrew. We read 7 verses.
Yeah, 7 verses. I'll read it.
Oh, it's come.
Where's it at?
20.
Let's start right here, right?
19. Come.
All right. Genesis chapter 50, verse 20 in the Hebrew. Wa'atam kashabathum Alya, Ra'ad, Alahayim, Ashabah, Lasabah, Lama'ain, Aisha, Kayawam, Hazah, Lahakat, Slakia, Lahakatham, Slakia, Lahakayath, Aim, Rob, verse 21. I mean, yeah, that's verse 21, right? Did you read the 20?
20.
Okay, so I'm really supposed to start at 21. I'm tripping.
Sorry, I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start at 21. I just read 20 each a while. Verse 21. Wa'aith, Al, Thyariwa, Anakya, Akala, Akala, Call, Ath, Come, Wa'ath, Sapkum, Wayanakyum, Awathum, Wayadabar, Al, Labum, verse 22. Wayashab, Yawasap, Bama Tadiyum, Hawa'a, Wabayath, Abayum, what's like it? Abayawa, Waya Kaya, Yawasap, Ma'a, Wa'asar, Shunyum, verse 23. Waya Ra'ah, Yawasap, La'aparium, Bunyum, Shalomyum, Gum, Bunyum, Makayar, Ban, Manasah, Yaladwa, Al, Barakia, Yawasap, verse 24. Waya Amor, Yawasap, Al, Akiwa, Abunya, Math, Wa'ala, Ayawam, Paquad, Yapaquad, Atkam, Waha'ai, Allah, Atkam, Mana, Ha'arataza, Haza'ath, Al, Ha'arataza, Asherah, Washa'ai, it's like it, Washabai, La'abba, Raham. What verse is that? That's
To verse 1.
okay. That's Layataza, Kak, Laya Aquab, verse 25. Salakia. Waya Shabai, Yawasap, Ath, Bunyam, Yasha'ala, La'amor, Baquad, Yapaquad, Laha Yum, Athkum, Waha Altham, Ath, Itazam, Salakia, Itazamathia, Mazah, verse 26. Waya Math, Yawasap, Ban, Ma'a, Wa'ai, Shara, Wanyam, Wayaka, Naswa, Athwa, Yash, it's like it. Yah Shema Ba'ara Wana Bama Tazawayum, verse 27.
Or verse 1.
Oh yeah, verse 1. My bad. It's like it. Exodus chapter 1, verse 1 in Hebrew. Wa Allah Shamo Bunyam Yasha Allah Haba'atyam Mataza Yawa. It's like it. Mataza Or Yahum Ath Ya'ai Quab Ayash Waba Ya'ath Ba'awa. English, yep.
Book of Genesis chapter 50, verse 21. Now therefore fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones.
Right. He said, don't even fear. I ain't gonna do nothing to y'all. I'm gonna nourish y'all and I'm gonna feed your kids because your children are my family. You are my family. We brothers. Go ahead. And if I could, that's how you supposed to look at the Hispanics right now with all the turmoil and horrors that they going through right now with getting deported. Trump signed an order say if they in church, go into church and get them. If they dropping their kids off and picking their kids up from school, go and get them and deport them. And mind you, this is only targeted towards Hispanics. You know what I mean? When they told you that the biggest illegal immigrants in America are the Southeast Asians and the East Indians, was the same thing. The East Indians and the Chinese are the biggest illegal immigrants that's flooding the southern border, that's coming into America illegally, that's undocumented. But you're not gonna see them being, handcuffs and put in chains on TV. You only gonna see Hispanics like you know what I mean? And it's a reason for that because the oppressor hate Hispanic people. They know in order for them to make this kingdom grow and for this kingdom to be prosperous, they have to oppress Black, Hispanic, and natives. Chinese are not the problem to them. The East Indians are not the problem to them. The Ukrainians are not the problem to them. The Russians, even though they hate Russians, they're not the problem to them. None of the people that is actually undocumented immigrants that's coming here illegally is the problem, unless you Haitian, Jamaican, or Hispanic. You understand? Go ahead.
And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them.
Right, that's what you got to do. You got to comfort your brothers. You got to speak kindly to your brothers. They going through the things that they're going through right now. You know what I mean? It's a lot of idiots and dum-dums that's Black and Hispanic that went out and voted for Trump and saying that, they should come here the same way we came here illegally. You know what I mean? They should come here legally. I mean, you know what I mean? When the oppressor didn't even get this land legally. This nigga broke every single treaty that he ever made with the Hispanics and the natives. You're not trying to go back in history and tell them like, you know what, you did come here. How are you the government body of this nation? You stole this land. You built the land on a city on blood. You know what I mean? You unalived all the buffalo and set the teepees on fire. You did so much evil to get this land just to create laws to put over the people so that they can never rise up in power. You understand? But that's why if you are a Black man and you somebody that's not Hispanic, you know what I mean? It should be your duty and your obligation for you to let them know and reach out to them and let them know how appreciated they is, how much you love and appreciate them for building this kingdom up with you. You know what I mean? Because if you don't know, Black and Hispanic, we in slavery together. Not only we in slavery together, but we read about our forefathers right now and how the Hispanics helped us. Because if you don't know who Joseph is in this Bible, Joseph will be a so-called Hispanic today if he was alive. And guess what? We did him wrong. And in return, he said, I'm going to help y'all because we family. That's what you got to do to Hispanics. And that's what we do in the UPK. You know what I'm saying? We do it all the time. We go out here and feed people, clothe people, house people, do everything up under Commander Julian. You know what I mean? Because we taught to actually love our brothers. Go ahead.
Come. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them. 22. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years. 23. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation, and the children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. 24. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you and bring you out of this land unto the land which he sware to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
And look at exactly just like how God swore that he was going to bring them out of Egypt. You understand? The Lord promised so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that he's going to bring us out of modern day Egypt today, which is America. You understand? He's going to bring us out of this place and he's going to set us in our own land, which is the so-called Middle East. All that land that everybody fighting over, the Palestine, the West Bank, Gaza, you know what I mean? What else? Iran, all that different land, that all belong to Black people. You understand? So like I said at the beginning of class, this is a living book. This is not just a book that got wisdom and understanding and you can use it to help your life a little bit. No, this is the records and the history and the prophecies of so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. You know what I mean? And God, Joseph told them before he died, because remember he's old. He lived to see his children grow 3 generations. He's an old man. He told them God is going to bring you out of the land of Egypt, and He's going to sit you in your own land. And that's the whole purpose of the UPK. That's what we fight for. We fighting to be righteous and be perfect like Christ told us to, so that Christ can return and we can be set in our own land. You know what I mean? We won't be under a second class citizen to somebody who hates us. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 25. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence.
Right. And guess what? God visiting y'all right now. That's why we got a school all over the goddamn world. We got a school in the UK. We got a school all through Central, South, and North America. You know what I mean? Because God is visiting y'all, letting you know you got to repent. You got to come back to serving your power, serving your God. You understand? You got to come back to loving your brothers and your sisters. That's very important in the times that we living in right now. You know what I mean? All we got is each other. You understand? If you want to add on anything too, Mark, you can too. Go ahead.
Verse 26. So Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob.
Right. And then, so now it's giving you the pedigree of everybody that came into the land of Egypt after that generation. Joseph and his generation died. Now it's giving you the pedigree of everybody else that came into the land of Egypt. And at least they had enough room to remember who they came from and how they came into the land of Egypt. Like today, Black people, we can't tell you who our great grandfather was. All we know is that we came to America from the west coast of Africa. We came to America from the UK and all these different places, because we didn't just come from the west coast of Africa. We came from Ireland, we came from Britain, we came from a lot of different places, and we ended up in America, in Central and South America. But we can't even go 3-4 generations back and tell you. The only reason why we know we Israelites is because the prophecy is this book. We don't know who our great grandfather was, because they erased those records, because they've been trying to hide who so-called Black, Hispanic, and natives is since they conquered us, and that's always been their agenda. You know what I mean? But like it, go ahead.
Come on. Book of Exodus, chapter in Hebrews, book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 2. Ra'aban, Slaki, Shamaywan, Laya, Wayahawada, Slaki, Wayahawada, verse 3. Yashashakar, Zabawalan, Yabanyamyan, Dan, Wanapathalya, God, Ashar. Verse 4. Oslakia. Verse 5. Wayahaya, Kab, Napash, Yatazaya, Yarak, Ya'Iqab, Shabayim, Napash, Wayawasap, Haya, Bamatazarium, verse 6, Wayamath, Yawasap, Wakal, Akyawa, Yakal, Hadawar, Hahawaya, verse 7, Wabanium, Yesharala, Parwa, Wayashar Tazawa, Wayarabya, it's like it, Wayarabwa, Wayaitazamwa, Bama'ad, Ma'ad, Wathamala, Ha'arataza, Atham, verse 8, Wayaquam, Malak, Kadash, Al, Matazarium, Asherah, La'ah, Yada, Ath, Hawasah. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 2 in the Hebrew. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Verse 4, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Verse 5, and all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already.
So we was 70 deep. It was 70 of us in the land of Egypt. You understand? That's how many of us came to the land of Egypt, not include Joseph, because Joseph was already in Egypt before we got there. Go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
Question for myself: why don't we have Joseph as one of the? Why isn't his name as one of the 12 tribes?
I'm to be honest with you, I can't even answer that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Verse 6.
I'm gonna have to ask Kassar or ask Cap that, because that's actually a question that I also have. You know what I mean? It could be. No, I can't even freestyle. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children, verse 7, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly.
Right. And the children of Israel was fruitful and they increased abundantly. You understand why? Why did this happen? Because Joseph could have just said, you know what, y'all sold me to the Egyptians, and he could have put them in slavery, made their life horrible, made their children's lives horrible. You know what I mean? All because he was holding a grudge, but he didn't. He treated them like brothers because they were his brothers, and because of that brotherhood, we was able to be fruitful and multiply abundantly. You understand? Go ahead.
Come. And multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty.
Mm-hmm.
And the land was filled with them. Verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Right, but then we was doing good, but then a new king rose up over Joseph, and that Joseph did not know. So we gonna get into what this new king decided to do, because mind you, we mighty, we strong. It's a lot of us. You know, we got black businesses everywhere. You know what I mean? We loving each other. We doing everything that the Lord wants us to do. And let's see how this new king looked at black and Hispanics and natives.
Directly at 9.
Directly at 9.
Come.
You start right here.
Come.
Or
at 9.
Which one is 9?
Right here. Directly right there.
Mama. Nah. Okay. Exodus chapter 1, verse 9 in the Hebrew. You think this? Hold on, is this 10?
No. Directly right next.
Oh, okay. Waya Amor, Al, Imwa, Hana, Im, Bunyam, Yasha Allah, Rob, uh, I Tazawum, Mama Nawa, verse 10, Haba, Slakia, not the Kakma, Lawa, Ban, Yaraba, Wahaya, Kaya, the Kwawaaya, Slakia, the Kwawa Slakia, the Kwawa Na, Malaka, Malaka Ma, Wanawa Sap, Gum, Hawa Al, Shanaya, Nawa, Wanala, Kama, Manawa, La'al, Man, Ha'arataza, verse 11. Waya Shamawa, Alyawa, Asharia, Masayam, Lama'ain, Ainathwa, Basa Balathwam, Baya Bana, Iria, Masakanwa, so Masakanwa, La Parai, Ath, Patham, Wa'ath, Ra'im Sap, it's like Ra'im Sus, verse 12. Waka Asherah, Ya'inwa, Athawa, Khan, Yarabah, Wakan, Yaparataza, Waya Kwetazawa, Mapanya, Bunyam, Yasha'ala, verse 13. Waya Ibadwa, Matazawayom, it's like Ath, Bunyam, Yasha'ala, Bapa Rock, verse 14. When I go to
It's like verse 15.
15, okay.
Okay.
Waya Mara, Ath, Kaya Yahum, Ba'i, Bada, Quasha, Baka Mar, Waba La Bunyam, Waba Kal, Ibad, Bashada, Ath, Kal, Ibadium, Ashar, Ibadwa, Ihum, Baparak, verse 15. Waya Amar, Lakam, Matazawayum, Lamaya Ladath, Ha'ai Baryath, Ashar, Shum, Harak, it's like it, Ha'akath, Shapawar, Wayum, Hashanayim, it's like Hashanayath, Bawai. I'm just like it. Power I. That's it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 9. Chapter 1, verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
Right. So then he went out and did exactly what Donald Trump did with all these executive orders. You know what I mean? Live. He said, man, look at this, what we need to do. These people is they great now. We let them come to the land of Egypt. They then became mighty and strong and wealthy. This is what we can't have this. You know what I mean? We the ruling body of this government. We the ruling body of this land. We can't have them getting strong. Go ahead.
Come, verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
They said what?
Let us deal wisely.
They said,
with
let us deal wisely with them. And that's exactly what the government does every single day when it comes to Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. You understand? They just got rid of what, the 14th Amendment, stating that if you was born here, then you were a citizen. They got rid of that. So the only way, nothing makes you a citizen anymore, even if you're born here now. Only thing that makes you a citizen is if you are a white man or woman. Basically, go ahead.
He tried to get rid of it, but the Congress blocked it.
Okay, so my bad. So like he tried to get rid of it, but Congress blocked it because it don't make no sense. You know what I mean? That's the case. They're gonna deport any and everybody they feel like need to be deported. If birthright citizenship don't make you a citizen no more, you understand? But they deal wisely, not only with trying to enact that order, but they deal wisely with us by putting drugs in our neighborhood. You know what I mean? By creating laws to where we can never rise up in power. You know what I mean? By giving us different religion. You understand? By putting your woman against you, by telling your woman to abort her baby. They deal wisely with everything that goes against God. They teach us to do. They dealing wisely. Like they sitting back and they thinking. They had tables and buildings like it is. Okay, this is what we need to do to make sure that Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians never rise up. You know what I mean? We need to separate them. Let's just put the Hispanics against the Blacks. Let's put the Blacks against the Hispanics. Let's put light skin against dark skin. You know what I mean? Let's put small against. They start doing all that's like the oppressor is a crafty. The Bible say that he was more subtle than any beast of the field. Like this dude, he is crafty. You understand? He a crafty dude, and that's why in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, we know this about him. You know what I mean? So we're not trying to hold hands. We're not trying to come together. The Lord said He severed us from other nations. You can't sever me. He split us up. We can never come together with these people and be one. And whenever you try to come together with these people, you're gonna find yourself in a situation that's absolutely horrible. You understand? Go ahead, Swaggy.
Come. Lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also into our enemies.
Right. They was afraid of us multiplying in the land of Egypt. They're like, man, it's too many of them now. You know what I mean? And then they it's so many of them. If they can decide that they want to go against our enemies, go against us and join forces with our enemies. And then where that's gonna leave us at? You know what I mean? We gonna end up losing power. They always been afraid of this. You understand? And they're afraid of that today. That's why they're trying to say it's we need to put more what's the word? We need to stop what's going on at the border, for lack of a better term. We need to stop the Hispanics from getting in here when really you at war with China. Damn near you at war with Russians, but you allow the Russians to come here and build a community. It's a Chinatown in every major city. You're not stopping them from growing at all. But they do have to stop Black and Hispanics from growing and coming together because they fear that. That's one of their biggest fears. Go ahead.
And fight against us.
Right. They're afraid of us fighting against them. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And so get them up out of the land.
So get them up out of the land. And that's exactly what you see going on with the Hispanics right now. They want the Hispanics out of the land. Because once you have Black and Hispanics in the same place, in the same vicinity, and they getting along with each other, you understand? And they ain't got to really worry about being super oppressed. And they got brotherhood. Then they're going to start looking at who's oppressing them. They're going to start looking at, then why are we in this situation? You know what I mean? And then they going to look at the oppressor like it's his fault. You know what I mean? And they don't want that. They don't want, so they got to keep us split. They got to get them out of the land. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come on, verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters.
Right. And then they set over as taskmasters to do what?
To afflict them with their burdens.
Right. And that's what they're doing right now. Them ICE agents, them is taskmasters. That's going everywhere, abducting children, Hispanic children. Like, how many children went missing at the border? 1,500? Like twice? Nobody know what happened to them. You know what I mean? Them ICE agents is taskmasters. They going inside schools and churches, and they arresting you and sending you back to the border. They don't even know what country you come from in South America. They just trying to get you out of the land because they're afraid of Black and Hispanics coming together. That's why Zephaniah 2:1 said, "Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired." They don't want to see us gathering ourselves together. You know what I mean? They realized it was a big mistake to for them to even allow us to be in the ghettos together. Really, to be honest with you, you know what I mean. And now don't put us in the ghettos and actually give us and let the UPK set up a school in them ghettos. Man, we gonna raise the whole nation up, and they're afraid of that. Don't think that they not afraid of UPK. Don't think that what we doing is just something we just doing our spare time and it's really not that serious. No, they absolutely afraid of the UPK and what we teach and how it might get in the ears of those brothers and sisters and change the way they behave. Go ahead.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
Right. And then after they put taskmasters over us and put us in basically slavery, we end up building Pharaoh treasure cities. And how did they get them treasure cities? Because we enslaved. Only way that you can build a city in a town like Palisades that was recently on fire. Only way you can build a place like Hollywood, they got all these mansions everywhere, is if you oppressing Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. Because it don't make no sense for you to be living like that, and then we living in the ghetto in Watts. Right. We living in the ghettos of South Central, and it makes no sense for you to be living like that, and then we being oppressed. You know what I mean? And that lets you know like that, like it go hand in hand. In order for them to live like that, they have to oppress you. And that's why Deuteronomy 7:6 say, we are holy people, we shall be separate. Because the God knows, the God was so smart, he knew that if we come together, that they're going to be on over the top of us. So he had to create a law that say that you got to be separate and you above these people. Because Black people are so kind and forgiving and loving. We gonna allow, especially when you put religious leaders in it, they gonna allow us to get oppressed and say we should just accept it. It's just a way of life. Everybody been slaves before. Like whatever garbage they be teaching. Go ahead.
Like Slucking, Python, and Ramses. Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Right, but the more that they afflict Black and Hispanic and natives, the more we grow. You know what I mean? When the world stopped when COVID-19, or the earth literally stopped spinning when COVID-19 came. You know what I mean? Everybody, white people killing themselves. Everybody going, this dinner look like America was in the Great Depression. But guess what Black people was doing? Netflix and chilling, having babies. They I done had like four kids since COVID. We was out there having babies. You know what I mean? And read that again.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied.
The more they afflict us, the more we multiply. You understand? And that's literally how they view us. Like the former president Biden said that. I don't know if y'all seen that video now, but he was like, "Yeah, I go to the Black community. He like they like little roaches, like just crawling all on me." Like, they literally looked at you ain't even seen that? Nigga called us roaches, bro, because like you kill one and then 10 pop up. Like what the hell they come? Like to them, we like roaches. We populate so fast, and they're afraid of that. You know what I mean? Keep going.
And grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
And they was grieved because of the children of Israel. They trying to stop all the Hispanics coming in through the border, and then we just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper to where now we're a problem. Now we're a threat. And why are we a threat? Because it ain't like we did something to them. It ain't like we trying to storm the Capitol like white people. It ain't like we actually did something to them. Why we a threat? Because you don't remember, but they remember all the crimes that they committed against us. Right. So they got to make sure that they keep us under scrutiny. They got to make sure that they're oppressors. They got to make sure they keep us at the bottom to where we can never solely focus on that. You know what I mean? They have to create all these issues in our lives to where we can't never focus on that. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
Right. Then they made us serve with rigor. That's why you got to go to the slavery every day. Not to put your business out of this brother work 14 hours every day. 14 hours. Newborn baby and all that. You think that's because he want to do that? No. You think we want to have a 9 to 5 and be working and doing? No, we don't. You know what I mean? And there ain't nothing wrong with having 9 to 5, but you should be working for your people. That's why we call it a slavery. You know what I mean? This is a job what we doing sitting behind this computer right now, teaching the people. This is a job. You working for another nation of people is absolutely a slavery. and it's not a job. You understand? But they put us in situations to where we have to work, 60 hours a week, 40 hours a week, and you can't miss a day or you're gonna get fired. You can't get no paid leave. You can't have no vacation time. You gotta go through a 90-day probation period. They go through all this horrible stuff. Now put your if you black, when you fill out an application, you gotta put if you black or white. Why do any of that matter? Why should that matter? You know what I mean? Because they want to make sure that you're the one being oppressed. They want to make sure that you're not the one getting the job. And if you do get the job, you oppressed on that goddamn job. You know what I mean? Because then you ain't gonna be able to think about why you oppressed. You know what I mean? And just a little sidebar, not to be long-winded, but like even in prison, right? Like you in prison, like I was listening to OG on YouTube. He was saying like the worst thing that happened in prison is when they start letting women work there and when they start giving us TVs. He's like, before that, everybody was on point. Everybody knew that who the oppressor was. Everybody was smart. But when they started giving us TVs and they started letting women, everybody lost, track of what the hell was really going on. You know what I mean? But it's like it. Go ahead.
Come, verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
Right. And they made our lives bitter with hard bondage. Hard bondage is you ain't got no green card, but you working in the field every goddamn day picking all the produce. Literally, 90% of what the produce come from California. And guess who in them fields? It ain't you. It ain't you, the white man that's sitting somewhere in some executive office talking about they're still in the jobs. You don't want to work in no damn field. You want to be in some high rise twin tower building with the AC on 50 degrees. You know what I mean? Then you 40 stories up looking out the window. You're a caveman. Right. You're not trying to be working in no damn field.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to read that again.
Come. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
And they made our lives bitter with hard bondage. You go downtown, any downtown, you see all them skyscrapers that's being built. It's literally Gadites. Gadites literally like masters when it comes to building, high rises and skyscrapers and all that. It's the children of Israel. You know what I mean? And that's what they do, man. The oppressor love to oppress us and build his kingdom up and then make sure that he keep oppressing us to where we can't build up and build a kingdom inside of his kingdom. Because this what the Egyptians met. It was like, damn, these niggas done built a kingdom inside our kingdom. They so great, mighty, and strong now. If somebody that we going to war with come, they strong enough to fight us and pick their side. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
In mortar and in brick.
Right. And then they want to say that aliens built the pyramids. This is talking about the pyramids right here in the Bible, and brick and mortar. This is talking about building the pyramids, which is the pyramid ain't nothing but a damn tomb. It ain't nothing special about it. It ain't no special powers and secret doors and passages and all this dumb stuff that you hear on YouTube that come from people that smoke weed. The pyramids are just a tomb, and it's our culture anyways. Pyramids come from black people. That's our culture. It's not even the Egyptians' culture. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
And in all manner of service in the field.
In all manner of service in the field, like I just said, who in the fields picking all your produce and making sure you're able to eat a Caesar salad with a cut up egg and ham in it with your little ranch. Hispanics. You know what I mean? You able to eat, go on an all fruit diet is because Hispanics. You able to, get all natural food and get on an alkaline diet is because Hispanics. They the reason. They the ones that's in the field. The same way black people was in the field picking cotton. The same exact way. Go ahead.
If I could too, just to add a quick sidebar, sir, what you're saying is heavy about these fruits and vegetables. Like avocado is so goddamn cheap because they don't have to pay Hispanics a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could go to the store and buy 5 tomatoes for like $1.50.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the Hispanics are in the field, like literally getting pennies for essentially slave work.
Yeah.
Like, and another thing too, a lot of you Judites, a lot of so-called African Americans, y'all hate the Hispanics so much, and we done been through so much in this country, and we done been through slavery. Nigga, they in slavery right now, just how we was in the 1500s,
right?
In the 1600s, they like when you go towards the Northern California Valley and you see all of them big ass plantation houses, because that's essentially what they are, with them big trailers and tractors and them trucks. Them white boys that own them houses. But when you look at all of them vineyards in that hot ass Sacramento or Stockton sun, it's all Isupkites working out there. Right. It's all Northern Kingdom people working out there. So black people, you know what I'm saying? You gotta show some more respect to your Latino brothers and sisters. They going through hell right now. But so like that's all.
Yeah, no, Most High in Christ, and that's why I said at the beginning of the class, like you got if you black, you gotta, you know what I mean, because like the Bible said, the Hispanics and black people are oppressed together. You know what I mean? You got to show them that you love them. You know what I mean? You got to show them how much you appreciate them for their sacrifice. Not because they want to do it, because they have to. You know what I mean? But yeah, my bad. So, like, go ahead.
And in all their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor.
Right. They made us serve hard labor. And that's exactly what they're doing to Hispanics right now. It's Hispanics that have been in the sun for so many years out there picking all your fruits and vegetables that they be 40 some years old, 50 some years old, but they look 80 because they skin so goddamn wrinkled and destroyed from being in the sun, hot sun for 14 hours a day just to get paid a few dollars. Like you might as well be in prison. You know what I mean? Like prison, they pay you the same thing. They take people out of prison in the South and make them work in Kentucky Fried Chickens and all that your fast food restaurants. And instead of paying them like how they would pay a normal person that worked there, $20 an hour, $17 an hour, or $15 an hour, they pay them $2 a day. That's what they doing to Hispanics, man. It's just modern day slavery. You know what I mean? And why did he do this? He didn't do this because Egypt needed food. Mind you, Egypt got rich because of Joseph. Everybody that in the Middle East and everywhere came to Joseph, and they had to give up their food, and they had to give all their gold and everything just to get some food. Even the Egyptians, everybody got rich because all the Egyptians got rich because of Joseph. So it ain't like they needed them to be in the field. It ain't like they needed them to work with rigor and with brick and mortar and all this. They needed to do this to oppress them so that they can't remember what they're about to do to them. We'll just put them in slavery. It's like it. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which he names, of which the name of one was Shifra, and the name of the other was Puah.
Right. So now they said being in the field ain't working. You know what I mean? This ain't working. We gotta try something else. So now they went to the midwives of the sisters that help sisters have babies. They went to them. You know what I mean?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 16 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar, Bayaladka, Ath, Ha'adbar Yawath, Wara Ayathan, Al, Ha'abaniya, Ban, Hawa'a, Wahamathan, Athwa, Wa'am, Bath. Hawa'a, Yakaya, verse 17.
Go ahead. Where you at? I'll finish it.
Verse 17.
Verse 17.
Wathaya Ra'ad, Hamayala Dath, Ha'ala Hawam, Wala'a, Aishwa, Ka'awa Ra, Dabar, Al Yahan, Malak, Matazarium, Wathakayayan, Ath, Hayaladium, verse 18, Wayakwara, Malak, Matazarium, Lamayala Dath, Waya Amar, Lahan, Madawai, Aishyathan, Hadabar, Hazah, Wathakayayan, Ath, Hayaladium, verse 19, Watha Amarian, Hamayaladath, Ath, Para'ai, Kaya, La'a, Kanashiam, Hamatazariath, It is clogging, so you have to. It's,
Where you at with it? 18? Malkan 18? Okay, 18 in the Hebrew. Let me see. Okay, I see it. Okay, 18 in the Hebrew. Haya Ladyum Waya Kora'a La'akam Matazawayum Lama Yalata Waya Waya More Lahan Madawa Maslaka Madawai Aish Yatan Hadabor Hazah Wataka Yayan Ath Hayaladyum verse 19. Yeah. Wata Maran Maran Slaki Hamaya Ladath Al Para'ai Kaya La'a Kanashyam Hama Tazayata Slaki Hama Tazayath Ha'ai Boryeth Kaya Haya'ith Slaki Hayawath Hana Basa Rum the Taba'ai Aya Slaki Tabawa'a Alhan Hama Yalada Waya Ladwa verse 20 Waya Yasar Sa Slaki Waya Sabah Sab Alahayim Lama Ya Lad Waya Rab Hawa Ha'aim Waya I Tazamwa Ma'ad 21 verse 21 Waya Slaki Waya Haya Kaya Yara'awa Hamaya Ladath Ath Ha'ala Hayam Waya Aish Laham Bath Yum verse 22 Waya Tazawa Para'ai Lakal Imwa La'amar Kal Haban Haya Lawad Haya Slakia Haya Ra Dashala Yakawa Wakal Abath Daka Dakaya 1 verse 23. I mean that was it on that. Let me see. So let me see real quick. So we just read that in the Hebrew. Let me see why I continue in the English at. Let me see 50. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, 15, 14, Exodus 22. Okay, bam. Okay, so 16. So 16. Okay, so okay, that was 22. Okay, so now we're gonna start back off at 16, the 22 in the English. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then shall she shall live. And why is he saying this? Why is he saying if it's a boy? When you see these Hebrews having children, if it's a boy child, then you should kill it. But if it's a girl, leave her alone, let it live. Why is he saying that? He's saying that because if you have, if it's a boy, because men are warriors, we soldiers. If this is a boy child and you allow him to grow up after you then oppressed his people and made them work in the fields, made them build you treasure cities, made them build pyramids, make them pick all your produce. If you allow this male child to live, and once he get around 15 to 20 years old, 20 some years old, then he can they can end up growing and becoming an army and say, you know what, these people oppress my people. Let's go to war. You know what I mean? Let's go to war. You're not finna continue to oppress my people. He might stand up and fight for his people. That's why the Egyptians were smart. And they did. Remember, they said he did. The Pharaoh that didn't know Joseph dealt wisely with the Hebrews. So this was a wise thing for him to do in order to see his kingdom continue to grow and become a superpower. What he had to do, he had to kill the firstborn children, but not all children. He had to kill the male children. You understand? And that's why you think we got abortions today. You understand? Like in 1 year, black women and Hispanic women aborted 750,000 of their babies. 750,000 in 1 year. Annually, this happens every year. 750,000 children aborted. You understand? And let's read that again. What did he say? And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Why is he saying that? Because if you allow this male child to grow up, by the time he turned 20 years old, he's going to say, you oppressing my people. And we tired of this. And we're going to go to war now behind this. So they don't want that to happen. So guess what? They got to put abortion clinics in your neighborhood. They got to make sure that you have no male children that's going to rise up in your stead and fight for your nation. Because a woman can't fight for your nation. It has to be men. You understand? So in order to stop that, they had to kill the male children so that they can never rise up. That was their plan. And that's their plan today. Like Kamala Harris, right? She had a mobile abortion clinic. Knowing that the main people that abortion is catered towards are black women. You understand? They the main one that abortion. That's why we got more abortions than anybody on the entire planet. You think that's just an accident? That black women, Hispanic women have 750,000 babies aborted every year? No, that's by design. That's absolutely by design. You know what I mean? But they had to doctor it up and make it sound good, like my body, my choice. I'm pro. You know what I mean? I get to do what I want with my body. And it's crazy, right? Because I always had a question. I always wanted to ask them a question, like, because they say the man shouldn't have an opinion on it. Okay, so I can't have an opinion on abortion because I'm not a woman, but a man can be a one. I can't have an opinion about abortion, right? Because I'm not a woman. I don't have a uterus. But a man can be a woman without a uterus. Insane. That's something that just never made sense to me. A man can be a woman without a uterus, but I can't have an opinion on abortion because I don't have a uterus. I'm not a woman. Like, just the mind, and like, we fall for these games. Why? Because they was wise in how they put it on the plate for you and made it sound good. How they dressed it up. It sounded good. You know what I mean? I gotta go to college. My whole life is ahead of me. You know what I mean? I got to worry about, getting money. I got to pay bills. I don't need time for children. You know what I mean? I got to get this Birkin bag and all this garbage. That they dealt wisely with us when they told black women to abort their babies, man. You know what I mean? Because look, if you having 750,000 abortions annually in 20 years, if those children weren't aborted, Guess how many people to be in 20 years from now? Those children was allowed to grow. It started off with 750,000, but in 20 years, all those people, all those children got aborted. They had children. You understand? And some had 2 or 3 children. So that's about 3 million children. Let's just, 2, 3 million children that could have been born, but they wasn't. Because what? Because, and he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and you see them be on the stools, if it be a son, then you shall kill him, because abortion is in the Bible, man. And this is how everybody always wanted to press Israelites. You know what I mean? And stop us from growing, stop us from populating, stopping us from being mighty and strong and great. Put abortion, and they will put them in slavery, make them have to work every day, put abortion clinics in their neighborhood. You know what I mean? That's everything that you live in right now today is in the Bible, and it happened to the children of Israel. Why? Because this is a living book. You understand? That's why. You understand? Let's keep going. But the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the children of Israel. So, but these women, these midwives, they feared God. So instead of doing what the Pharaoh said to do, they didn't kill the male children. They let all the children live. You understand? Because they knew how important it was to be a strong people. They knew how important it was to build a nation. You understand? Let's keep going. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and have saved the men children alive? He said, why have you done this thing and saved the men children alive? Why did you do this? You know what I mean? Why did you do this thing? Why? Because they naturally want to see the men dead. And the king, once you destroy the men in the empire, that's no longer empire. That's no longer a kingdom. That's no longer a people. You understand? Because your seed, your genealogy is determined by your father, not your mother. That's why when you get married, you get your father last name. You understand? You don't get your mother last name. Let's keep going. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and deliver air with the midwives coming to them. So they saying they not like they not like the Egyptian women. When they have children, soon as they say, the baby coming out, soon as we turn around and try to get the hot water and get this and get that, then the baby already out. You know what I mean? The baby is already out. Do anybody got any questions? If anybody got any questions in the chat, man, make sure you put your questions about Gasha. Let me see some right quick. Okay, so we're gonna end in Sabbath service though.
That shit never happened before.
All right, Imadium. We're gonna that conclude the Sabbath service. At the water for everybody who's tuning in. We gonna end the Sabbath service. You know, brothers got we got camp and everything we got to prepare for. We read our 49 verses. So make sure you tune in every Sabbath service. Like I said, this is a high holy day. You're supposed to come do the work of the Lord, and after that, the whole day belongs to you. So if you want to cook, eat, take your kids out, chill, whatever you want to do, that's up to you. You know what I mean? It's not a sin. So with that being said, I'm gonna say Imadium. Second free blow on and scrolls. We gonna just the first word. We gonna Sar Imadium Wahapanya Ha Kodam, which means Sar face the east. So we gonna do the very Hebrew again.
No, come. Yahaba Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Baruch Shah.
Baruch Shai.
Natham Lanawa.
Lathan Now.
Hakah.
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 Larapa'ah.
La'ara'ah.
Kal Malakah. It's like it. Kal Makala. It's like it. Kal Makala.
Kal Makalah.
Wakal Madawa.
Makal Madam.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Lathara.
Atarah.
Hamataz. It's like it. Hamatazarian.
Hamatazari.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Lahaquayan.
La'akoyan.
Hamathayim.
Hamathai.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Al-Rakawath.
Al-Akarah.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarwashan.
Le'agorshan.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Wadaman.
Du'a'aman.
Yahaba Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Now.
Yahusharala.
Yahweh
Wayabawath.
Ayakarah.
Sapari.
Sapar.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rafa'ah.
Hagun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Magun.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Wadaman.
Du'a'aman. Oh, I'm sure I'm going to read it in English. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, Salakia. In English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness,
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
all manner of disease,
All manner of disease.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the body.
the power to raise the dead,
The power to raise the
the
dead.
power against unclean spirits,
The power against unclean
to
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahushua.
So be it.
So be it.
In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
bless us
Bless us
and Israel
and Israel
and the school.
and the school.
Bless,
Bless,
heal,
heal,
shield,
shield,
protect.
protect.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahushua.
so be it.
So be it.
Abanawa.
Now,
Shabbat Shayim. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash,
Hayah.
Ayah,
Shemka.
Shemka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Malakwas.
Malak,
Saba'ah.
Taba'ah,
Ratazakah.
Watazakah,
Hayah.
Ayah,
Hashem.
Aisha,
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah,
Kawa.
Tawah,
Hayah.
Ayah,
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem,
Nathan.
Lathan,
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam,
Kal.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam,
Wayalak Lanawa.
Wayalak, Lana,
Kabawas Lanawa.
Kabawak, Yana,
It's like it. Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalak, Yana,
Ka. Wabwak Yanawa.
Wawak, Yana,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
Sabaya Anawa.
Tabaya, now,
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan,
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal,
Hawashanawa.
Nakanawa,
Mayan.
Mayan,
Rad.
Ra,
Kaya.
Taya,
Nakad.
Laka,
Amalakwa.
Hamalakwa,
Waha Allah.
Wahala,
Wahatapara.
Watapara,
La'ai Walamyam.
Wa I will love you.
Aman.
Amen. In the English, trying to find the curses. Oh, yeah, some, in the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
kingdom come,
thy will be done
will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
Forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our
and you
debts,
forgive our debtors.
and forgive our debts,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is
and the
kingdom,
power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory.
forever.
But
So be it.
so be it.
So we're gonna get to the curse real quick. I'll read this in English. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all living things.
and all living things.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in
Shai,
the name of Yahweh,
listen to us
listen to us
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses
and punishment,
and
and
punishment
destruction,
and destruction
and death
and death
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against
thy
us,
prophets
thy prophet,
thy teacher,
thy teacher,
thy princes,
thy prince,
thy priests,
thy priest,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brother,
and the school.
and the school.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment,
and
and
punishment,
destruction,
and destruction,
and death to the heathen,
and death to the heathen,
and shake loose the pockets
and shake loose the pocket
of the rich
of the rich
of Israel
of Israel
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches
Force their riches
to enter into thy sanctuary.
to enter into thy
Send
sanctuary.
evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment,
and punishment,
and destruction,
and destruction,
and death
and death
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites,
and the nation,
and the nation,
and their drug dealers,
and their drug
the
dealers,
court system,
the court system,
the prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
Skinhead,
Posse Comitatus,
Posse
the
Comitatus,
gay movement,
the gay
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement,
spies,
Spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
National Space Program,
Army,
Army,
the Navy,
the Navy,
the Air Force,
Air
the
Force,
Marines,
the Marines,
Wall Street.
and Wall Street.
So be it.
So be it.
SAR turn. We're gonna get one courtesy salute to the brothers. And the Israel, Amon Shabbat, Amon, Rock, Yah,
Shabbat.
Some of these sisters might be watching. We gonna do SAR. I mean, with anybody here, but you know, just in case. Men of Israel, Amon Shabbat, Amon, Rock, Yah, Shema, Taba, Shemi, Al Shah. Yah Yamatah is missed. That concludes the Sabbath.